Alrighty, good evening and happy Wednesday as we welcome you into Wellston High School, the site of this evening's Division VI Regional Semifinal matchup between the South Webster Jeeps and the Lucasville Valley Indians. Along with Shane Combs, my name is Dewey Daly as we welcome you into tonight's coverage. Shane, glad to have you back here on the call, a game that we weren't sure if we'd have the opportunity to get eyes on, but with a site change here to Wellston, much more drivable for you and I, and now we're here for the rubber match between the Jeeps and Indians.
Yeah, I was real excited to add it to the schedule. Like you said, hats off to the OHSAA Southeast District for working together. You get two Southeast District teams scheduled to go where? All the way over to Zanesville, I believe it was, and to get it moved here makes a lot of sense. So outstanding job by them. That should help a few more fans and relatives and so forth of these two schools to be able to get here, especially throughout the week on a 6 o'clock start. And for those who couldn't get down here, you and I are obviously excited to bring it to them.
And Shane, we have seen both of these teams this season. South Webster coming into tonight 15-9, finished up the regular season 5-5, outright third place in the SOC3. They do draw the number 1 seed in the Division VI tournament in the Southeast District. As for Valley, they go 18-5, 6-4 in the SOC3, tied with Waverly in the conference final standings. They draw the number 3 seed in Division VI. They both make it to the regional semifinal. And the interesting thing tonight here, Shane, is that these two teams split in the regular season as South Webster got the win at South Webster. They won in 4, but then Valley turns around the second time through in Lucasville and gets a straight set win over the Jeeps.
Well, if you think back about a month ago, you and I really kind of shared the opinion of seeing this particular thing very, very possible to take place, be it South Webster and Valley meeting at this level of the tournament. We had watched South Webster. Remember, I talked about their record, and I was telling people to just relax on that a little bit. Don't get too worked up on the losses. This is a really good volleyball team, and they played a really tough schedule and lost some tight matches. And maybe ended up dropping 1 or 2 that maybe they felt like they let get away. Nonetheless, the coaches obviously understood the eye test because of where they voted them on the bracket. And then you and I had a chance to see Valley. Now, that was against Wheelersburg, who Wheelersburg can sometimes take you out of what you want to do, and they certainly did that night. But I remember you and I thinking, man, this Valley team might be a year away. But if you remember, as we were calling the match, we looked closer at the bracket. That was the night we realized they were going to be D6. And, once you started putting all that together, you're like, forget a year away. The year's now. And again, here they are. So two teams that we thought this was really possible. And it matches up the way the two Southeast champions play here in the Sweet 16. Guarantees us a spot in the Elite 8. That's really exciting for our area.
And you mentioned Valley. We saw them against one of their tougher opponents on the season, Wheelersburg, and they faced them twice. 4 of Valley's 5 losses on the season were district champions, and the only one that wasn't was Waverly, and they had their best season in the 2020s decade. So definitely some tough opponents out and in the conference for the Indians.
Yeah, really good schedule on both sides of it here tonight, and that's what makes you battle tested. You come through that type of conference, you come through that non-league schedule, and here you are playing some good volleyball at the perfect time of year, and obviously this is anybody's match. It's a coin flip type of match. They split in the regular season, so both teams, I'm sure, come in thinking that they're more than capable of winning here this evening.
And for Valley, one of the things we talked about was even in that Wheelersburg game, it was one of their best seasons they've had in quite some time. The straight set district title win over Eastern, the number 2 seed in D6 this past Saturday. That was their first district title since 1998. So it's been a little while since they've been in the Sweet 16 in the regional tournament.
Well, and that's exciting. That's what generates the excitement in the program. It gets more and more people wanting to be a part of it. And now you get to this stage, and can you look at it as a great opportunity and something you want a little bit more of, and something you want one more step, and that's what you want to come into tonight and stay hungry, because they're very, very capable of winning here this evening.
And we obviously mentioned Valley, their first district title in a little over 25 years. A much different story for South Webster. They capture their 9th district title in school history, a 4-set win here at Wellston last Saturday. It was the 8th district title under head coach Darcy Claction. She's in her 20th season at South Webster. 7 of those 8 district titles have been consecutive. They're looking to get back to the regional final here tonight.
Yeah, remarkable consistency. I love how you put all that together. It's a team and a program, been there, done that. And here they are on this stage. And I heard our Sosa interview the other night with Addie Claxton. She was talking about how, sometimes you can get a little complacent. You get up 2-0 in a match and you let a team back in, and she gave her opponent a lot of credit. I think that's a big thing for South Webster here. Can you get to this stage? You're obviously comfortable on this stage. I know they have a lot of new names, new faces, but a lot of, there's a core group, 2, 3, 4 kids you're going to hear us say tonight that have been on this stage and played really well on this stage. And can you put it all together and play your very best match against the league rival?
You mentioned some of those new faces, new players for South Webster that have either stepped into new roles or maybe even stepped into expanded roles this season. Obviously, these two teams very familiar with each other, both coming out of the SOC3. So anybody tuning in from either of those teams knows both rosters very well. But for anybody outside the conference watching tonight, who are some of those names for South Webster that we can expect to see step up in a big way?
Well, the senior Addie Claxton and the freshman Avery Claxton, they'll play opposite of one another, and they'll hit on the outside or the strong side. So it always gives South Webster a great threat in the middle. Then they're quarterbacked by an outstanding 5'1" setter in Sydney Kessler. She comes in. She's going to go over 1,700 career assists here later this evening. She does a real good job. And then Kennedy Hamilton in the middle applies them some really good middle attack to kind of offset and not let the block cheat to the outside all the time. So that's probably the core group. And then Coach Claxton's going to sprinkle in a lot of different role players and ask them to do some things efficiently when called upon.
And the same for Valley, Shane. Who are some of their top players we can see make a big impact tonight for the Indians, who look to make it to to their Elite 8 come, I believe it's this Saturday at 1 p.m.
Well, I really like their setter, Caitlin Queen. Nice sized kid, a junior, does a really good job of spreading the ball around. Because of her size, she provides a little defense at the net. She can also go up and get some of the tight passes and do some things. On the outside, Kendall Chrisman is her top go-to hitter. I know she struggled a little bit in that Wheelersburg match, didn't quite get enough swings. But I'll tell you who really caught my attention that night, Dewey, was Maya Williams in the middle. I thought she was really good. And that could be a key factor depending on how Williams on the Valley side and Hamilton on the South Webster side, depending on how the rotations match up, that could be an interesting back and forth to take a look at there in the middle. And then, again, Valley can spread it out around the net. They mixed some freshmen in. I thought Vice, the freshman, was solid when we watched them that night, as well as the junior Thompson. She's a lefty, so again, when she's hitting out of that opposite side, that's kind of her strong side attack. And then they have a freshman libero, Laylee McGraw, that does a nice job.
And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Shane, these two teams split during the regular season. So what are some of the keys tonight that will allow either team to win the rubber match and move on to the regional final later this week?
Well, when you play the common opponent, or I should say the familiar opponent, a lot of times you're not going to surprise anybody with, a particular spot of your rotation. It's pretty well known, both sides, where they want to go with the ball, who are kind of their go-tos, who does what well. So really in that case, Dewey, doesn't it come back to just the basics? Doesn't it come back to serving the volleyball clean, receiving it really clean, and trying to get on the attack so that you can execute best? You'll hear coaches say all the time, once you become familiar with your opponent, it really becomes a game of ultimate execution, and that's what we'll be looking for here this season.
You mentioned the serving going back to last Saturday in South Webster's 4-set district title win over Lynchburg Clay. As a team, they had 17 aces against the Mustangs. Senior Addie Claxton had 10 of them.
Well, she's outstanding, and she can really go and get it going. I mean, when you look throughout her career, she's up over 230 on her career on the service line there, and she's someone that can not only get it going as the server, but then she steps in once the ball goes live and becomes arguably the best passer in our entire area. I mean, she was libero for the longest time. She's an outstanding passer. So, yeah, South Webster can serve it tough, and the nice thing about it is they do it while serving right around 93%. So even in serving the difficult serve, Dewey, they don't really mess up a lot.
During our Division IV tournament coverage, we talked a lot about Allie Thornsley, describing her as a player that no matter what position you put her in, she's going to succeed in that. It seems like for South Webster, Addie Claxton fits that description as well.
Yeah, love that comparison. Addie Claxton's just a volleyball player. Put her wherever you want, and she's going to play it at a Ohio level.
National anthem and team introductions coming up. Here in Wellston, we'll take a break. Division VI Regional Semifinal. It's South Webster and Valley. When we return to Wellston High School, you're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometowncHevy.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School, a Division VI Regional Semifinal. It's South Webster and Valley playing for a chance to Move on to this Saturday's regional final. They'll have the winner of Shenandoah and Newark Catholic. That game is up in Zanesville. I think a 7 p.m. first serve, so it shouldn't be too much longer after this one. We'll know the second half of that regional final come Saturday. And Shane, for us, we'll be back at Logan come Saturday, but first we'll be there Thursday for some more Division V volleyball, a couple of regional semis. Then come Friday, you and Carson will be over in Lucasville for a Week 11 game against Zane Trace.
Yeah, for the Valley people tuned in tonight, we'll see you guys on Friday night as you welcome Zane Trace. I believe that's a 7-10 matchup, so that should have a chance to be a really, really good battle there in the first round of the playoffs. So 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll probably be on about 6:45. Again, 7 seed versus 10 seed. So we're excited about that. And then, yeah, tomorrow night at Logan, that's an elite field of Division V teams there with Adena, Union Local, and then that Wheelersburg Nulex in the nightcap. That should be outstanding. And then I know you and I will be right back in the gym Saturday. So tonight starts a pretty busy 4-day stretch here on Sosa.
And you talked about that Week 11 game come this Friday with Valley hosting Zane Trace. Very similar offensive play styles between those two schools. It probably won't be the longest match in terms of real time, but it should be one of the more competitive Week 11 games between two area teams in the Southeast District.
Yeah, we were joking at our game prep this week as we were starting to study the teams. Like, hey, if the right type of game would start to break out, this thing could be over in an hour and a half.
So a Division VI Regional Semifinal here tonight at Wellston. It's South Webster, the number 1 seed out of the Southeast 2, and Valley, the number 3 seed. They're out of the Southeast 1. The Southeast District team guaranteed a spot in the Division VI Regional Final. First serve will go with Lucasville Valley. It's the junior setter, Caitlin Queen, and we're underway here in Wellston. Here's Campbell setting to the far side. It's Claxon who's blocked. Back over to the Jeeps now. It'll be Claxon again, and this time she gets the kill.
Yeah, nice job going right back to her. Understood the size of the block was set there down the line, so changed it up on him, went cross court.
Just over 3 kills per set for the senior Claxon. She gets the first tonight for the Jeeps and serves it away. Crispin bump sets to the near side. Thompson pushes it over with 2. Here's Kessler to Avery. Claxon on the far side. Nearly had the kill. A nice play from Vice. And a free ball over by McGraw. Here's Kessler inside as Kennedy Hamilton knocks it home for the kill.
Yeah, nice defensive effort from Valley. South Webster comes right back in the middle. Hamilton didn't get all of that one, but that was kind of worked in her favor. Served as a little bit of a change-up.
So Addie Claxon back to the line, a 2-point lead here in the first for the Jeeps. Crispin to the far side, and it's going to be an ace for Addie Claxon. That's number 77 on the year for the senior. We mentioned she had 10 in the win last Saturday over Lynchburg Clay, her first tonight.
Yeah, she can really get it going, and it always amazes me, too, because that's a tough serve, and she does it at about 94%.
So the Jeeps off to a fast start here in the opening set. It's 3-0 South Webster. Queen goes inside looking for Peyton Hunter. A nice swing beyond the back line. Here's Claxon. Now a free ball sent over by Campbell, but it falls out of bounds, and the Indians finally are onto the board here in the first.
Yeah, great communication. Good job by the freshman Vice, following that ball the way in the air and recognized that it was going to go wide and gets her team on the scoreboard.
Now here's Kendall Crispin, an all-district selection for the Indians. Campbell setting inside, and they're going to have somebody over the midline. Looked like they had Queen for the Indians.
Yeah, I think they got Queen underneath, Peyton Hunter over the top. Nonetheless, point for the Jeeps.
Now here's the freshman Violet Edwards. She also had a great night serving last Saturday. 5 of her 10 aces on the season came against the Mustangs in the district final. Back over to South Webster now, near side with the right hand. It's rolled over by Mays. But it looks like the down official ruling no tip for Valley and one too many touches for South Webster. So 4-2 South Webster leading Valley here in the first. Here's the freshman libero Laylee McGraw at the line.
Captain had gone over to the up official to get an explanation. Now They were going to sub, but they played on.
Middle of the floor, it's a free ball over by Claxton. Back to the Indians. Queen going backside, the lefty. That was Ella Thompson. But a violation against Thompson. They may have had her on that follow through in the net. It's 5-2 South Webster.
Yeah, they did, Dewey, and that kind of gives you an idea of the lefty hitting out of that opposite side, coming on her strong side attack. She can be quite a weapon there. That time just caught a little bit of the net on the follow through.
Now the senior Carly May serves it away for the Jeeps. Queen inside, setting up to the near side. Pushed over with two. That's Avea Weiss. Here's Kessler, Avery, Claxton on the far side. Off the top of the tape. And it's 5-3 South Webster.
You and I talk about this a lot in big matches that we do. Sometimes it takes a trip through all 6 rotation spots to get everybody just relaxed a little bit on this stage to settle in.
Ella Thompson serves it away for the Indians. Here's Kessler inside, Avery Claxton down the line. And they're going to get Valley on the tip.
Said there was a contact there, a little bit of a tool down the line then, and give the rookie a kill.
So that'll send Claxton back to the line to serve following the kill at 6-3. Queen bumps it in the middle. The first swing for Williams goes into the back row and up into the mezzanine and back down. The first kill of the evening for Maya Williams.
Yeah, we talk about the youth of Valley. Good serve receive from the freshman McGraw. And then that's that sophomore Maya Williams I was talking about in our pre-match coverage. Comes in around 2.5 kills per set.
And the serve for Valley just misses that back left corner. A service error for Avea Weiss. Lead back up to 3 for South Webster.
Yeah, she comes in high ace total in the year, but 86%. That tells you it's really a risk reward.
Now the freshman Emma Campbell serves it away. Queen inside, goes backside looking for Williams. Changed up the tempo, kept alive by South Webster. Back over to the Indians now. Queen across the court. Here's Crispin dug up in the back row by Campbell. And now on the far side on the attack, it's Addie Claxton. She sends it into the net.
Yeah, been a couple times now where she just kind of had that ball go off the side on her there. Maybe just getting stuck in the middle of going down the line or cross court. Got to settle in.
Kessler bumps it to the outside. It'll be Addie Claxton who floats it over the tape. Now here's Queen to Crispin near side. Her swing is long.
I like the decision. I like the good, hard, aggressive swing. Just a fraction long there, but they really need to get her going. I know in our earlier match this year, we had Valley. They were unable to get her going on the outside against Wheelersburg.
Now Sydney Kessler, the center for the Jeep, serves it away. Inside it'll be Crispin off the top of the tape. She sends it home for the kill.
Yeah, that time hitting out of the middle. And again, she provides them a nice matchup there where they could really get her going.
Inside, it's Campbell. She was blocked up over. That was the sophomore Peyton Hunter, I believe. Shane, they may have had her into the net on that block attempt.
Well, they're kind of calling over the top like interference. Earlier, I kind of thought that. That time I thought it was kind of a joust, kind of a free opportunity for both players, but nonetheless, they went the Jeeps' way.
And another ace, Addie Claxton. Number 2 on the night, 78 on the season for the senior.
Yeah, as I said earlier, only the 24 errors that go along with it at the 94%. If she can be efficient, she can take over a set.
Queen sets it into the middle. Here's the sophomore Peyton Hunter coming away with the point. Valley back within 3.
Yeah, that's what will impress you about this Valley group throughout the night. Not only do they come in at 18-5, they come in with about 95% of their roster returning next season.
Campbell setting from the attack line on the outside. It's Avery Claxton, a nice dig in the back row from Crispin. Now near side, it's a roll shot into the net from Weiss. The lead back up to 4 for South Webster.
Yeah, after the error, obviously the point goes South Webster, but before that happened, great effort defensively from Crispin there. Shows off that she's more than just a hitter. Also can play that back row at 2.5 digs per set.
Edwards serves it away for the Jeeps. Here's Queen onto the outside looking for a Bay of Ice. Dug up in the back row. That time it was Claxton. Now in the middle, Hamilton swinging away. A nice play from McGraw. And a double touch that went up over the net for Valley. So the lead up to 5 now for the Jeeps.
Yeah, she tried to push it down the line, and because she was sending a ball over the net, that's still where they'll get a little picky on that double touch.
And a service error for Violet Edwards.
Edwards, just a freshman, comes in 96%. Again, that could be a little bit of the nerves first time through.
Here's Kessler front setting Avery Claxton out of the middle. Here's an overpass from McGraw. Back over to the Jeeps. It'll be Kessler backside. Looking for Carly Mays, who gets the kill.
Great setter play there from Kessler. She went outside. They had a nice dig to keep it on their side. Felt like the block was cheating over to that strong side. Kessler read it the same way. Nice back set. Mays gets the open net.
Here's Queen back setting the lefty. Thompson able to tool the block and get the kill.
Yeah, nice job there. Again, going down that line, you've got a little bit of size advantage during this rotation. That lefty out of that opposite side could be a matchup that they could look to use.
Here's Sydney Kessler front setting Avery Claxton on the attack. Overpass back over to the Jeeps. Now an overpass from South Webster. It's Valley on the outside. Here's a Bay of Ice. Back to the Jeeps now on the inside. What a swing from the sophomore Chloe Milligan as she gets the kill.
Well, at 5'10", they go with the low, quick set. She's right up on top of the ball, and Dewey caught the block off guard there. Never did get up with her.
Queen setting in the middle. Here's Maya Williams with the left hand. She snuck it in.
Athletic adjustment there.
We talked about in that first game, Valley against Wheelersburg, it felt like Williams, no matter who else was on the floor, she was always one of the best athletes, and she leads them in blocks defensively. Here's Kessler. It'll be Addie Claxton on the outside. A nice play from Crispin as Queen tries to sneak it in on that second touch. Here's a free ball over by Avery Claxton. On the inside, Williams floats it over with the left hand. Back over to South Webster. Addie Claxton out of the middle. It's dug up by Thompson. Near side, here's a roll shot into the back row by Crispin. Now Kessler front setting Addie Claxton on the outside. She's blocked. Maya Williams and Caitlin Queen defensively for Valley.
Yeah, you see a couple things that Caitlin Queen offers you at the setter position there. She gives you the big block to team up with the middle Williams with her size.
Kessler racing over. It'll be a roll shot out of the back row. Here's an overpass from McGraw back over to the Jeeps, and that overpass from South Webster will fall in.
Well, that one stings a little bit if you're Valley, because you started to get back into the set a little bit at 14-11, and then you kind of just give one away there.
Now the freshman Emma Campbell back at the line for the Jeeps. Queen inside, back sitting. Maya Williams into the back row. Now Kessler with the left hand. Nice play from Crispin as Queen tries to send it over on the free ball, but she was blocked inside. The senior Kennedy Hamilton with the big time block for the Jeeps.
Yeah, that's one of those block, kill, whatever you want to call it. She just went up and just met the ball at the top of the tape and threw it back down.
16-11, South Webster leading Valley here in the first. Here's Queen front setting across the court for Crispin. She misses the back line, and it's 17-11 South Webster.
Yeah, a couple long hitting errors from Crispin. They just got her a little bit out of rhythm. Like to see them get going with a little bit better pace there, doing, get her a little tighter to the net.
Nikki Crotty and the Indians take their first time out here in the opening set. 17-11, a 6-point lead for the Jeeps.
Well, and again, South Webster just they just know who they are. I mean, they come out and they do a nice job in the service game, both serving and serve receive. They understand they're going to go to the outside more times than not with a really athletic duo and Addie Claxton and Avery Claxton, and then they're getting just enough there at the net. We talked about Hamilton in the middle. She has a couple kills. Milligan, when she went to the middle, a kill. And then that outstanding back set when Kessler went to Carly Mays, she gives them a kill. So you look up and down the stat sheet, and you have 5 different Jeeps that have already recorded a kill, and it's got them out to a 17-11 advantage.
So the winner of tonight's D6 Regional Semi, again moving on to the Regional Final this Saturday at Zanesville, a 1 p.m. first serve. They'll have the winner of Shenandoah and Newark Catholic. As out of the timeout, here's the freshman Emma Campbell remaining at the line. A 6-point lead for the Jeeps here in the first. Queen setting it up out of the middle. It's Crispin. She floats it over the tape. Now Kessler goes to Hamilton inside. Now Queen with the left hand. She's blocked out. Claxton defensively for South Webster.
Well, that's just outstanding volleyball IQ, scouting report, whatever you want to call it. Understanding that setter's live in the front row. They understand the size of Queen, and they were up there ready to play on her on that second ball.
Here's Queen out of the back row, back setting. Her set is a bit long, but it sneaks over the tape and will result in the point. So now we've had one kind of go both ways, overpasses on both sides that result in a point for the offensive team.
Well, and Valley really needed it there. This is going to be their one last push here in this opening set.
Here's Avery Claxton. She'll bump it to Addie Claxton on the outside. It's dug up by Williams. Now Queen to Crispin near side. Queen, her swing is long, and it's 19-12 South Webster.
Yeah, and again, just a little out of rhythm, and the block knows what's happening is Valley's got to get their hitters off the net. When the other hitters in the front row with her are not ready to hit, it pretty much allows the block to cheat over there immediately.
19-12, a 7-point lead for the Jeeps. Here's Kessler at the line. It's McGraw setting it to the near side. It's Crispin into the back row, and she gets the kill.
It's her second here in the opening set. Comes in averaging over 4, so maybe that'll get her going a little bit. Again, just a junior.
Here's Campbell out of the middle, goes to Hamilton. She floats it over with the roll shot. Now Queen to Crispin on the near side, into the back row. A nice dig from Avery Claxton. Here's Addie Claxton, a free ball over to the Indians inside. It'll be the sophomore Peyton Hunter. Dug up by Kessler on the outside. Addie Claxton as McGraw digs it up for Valley. Here's Crispin on the attack with the right hand. The free ball sent over by the Jeeps here on the outside. It's Thompson setting across the tape. Crispin near side gets the kill.
Yeah, good sequence there. The South Webster defense was really good 2 or 3 times, but give Valley credit to stick with it. And Dewey, notice what I'm saying there about her tighter to the net. That time she got a little bit more aggressive at the tape and was there on time to send it cross court.
Indians back within 5 on the inside, and attacking error for Kennedy Hamilton. And just like that, the Indians back within 4. Timeout, Darcy Claxton and the Jeeps here in the opening set.
Yeah, I like the timeout. You've had control of the first set. You certainly don't want to see it get away, so call it earlier rather than later while you're up 4 and in control. That time you had setter and middle hitter not quite on the same page. Setter was wanting to go just a little quicker, and the middle wasn't there on time to get on top of her setter, and it resulted in the hitting error. But give Valley credit here, Dewey. I thought this one was going to get away from them, and here they are sticking their nose back into this opening set.
Lucasville Valley, an 18-5 season so far. The number 3 seed out of the Southeast in Division VI. As we mentioned, it's the first time they've been to the regional tournament since 1998. It's been a little while since the Indians have been in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, exciting time for them.
As Campbell goes inside, right back to Hamilton, a block from Hunter. She may have thought it fell in. Eventually it will, and it's 19-16 South Webster.
Yeah, I don't know if she couldn't find the ball or if she thought they scored and she was going to break into celebration or what, but it ended up working out for Valley.
It's a Queen at the line for the Indians. They trail by 3. Near side, Crispin with the left hand, and she might get called for interference. No, they're going to get South Webster on the violation.
I think the down official had some, well, maybe not. Yeah, okay.
Similar to what we saw earlier, a joust-like interaction at the tape, and South Webster calling for the violation, and Valley's now back within 2. Campbell goes to the outside. It'll be Addie Claxton who's blocked. Inside, that was Peyton Hunter. Now near side, Carly Mays floats it over the tape. Hunter sends it back into the back row. Here's Kessler front setting Addie Claxton. Far side is blocked. Now Kessler floats it over on the second touch. Here's Queen back setting Thompson on the outside. Back over to the Jeeps. It's Hamilton in the middle. Another block from Hunter. Now the Indians, it's Queen near side. Crispin swinging away. She gets the kill. Valley all the way to back within 1 here in the first.
Yeah, really good sequence from Peyton Hunter, the sophomore middle there, working hard defensively. Much better job of transitioning off the net. That keeps the block a little bit more honest, and it gives Crispin a little bit more of an open opportunity on the outside.
Here's Thompson inside. Hamilton, an attacking air for the senior, and we're all tied up at 19. Timeout, South Webster. I think 19-12 is as wide as it's got, so a 7-0 run here for the Indians.
Yeah, then it got back to 19-15, and she told the first time out, now the second time out at 19-19, and I like the activity of Valley at the net, getting a little bit more active with the size. Again, the middle's doing a nice job just putting up a little bit of resistance, and it's kind of hurt South Webster's rhythm just a little bit. It's led to some hitting errors, but then it's also opened up Kendall Crispin on the outside. All of a sudden now, remember just a second ago I said she just recorded her second kill, maybe to get her going. Well, it has, because now she's up to 5.
Seemed like over the last 2 or 3 points, unofficially, Peyton Hunter had to have 4 or 5 blocks. What a defensive stretch for the sophomore.
Yeah, those blocks in play from a coaching perspective, you know, obviously the blocks for points statistically what we look at, but man, those ability to touch the ball and block it in play, those are valuable as well.
Campbell to Claxton on the outside. She gets the kill as South Webster retakes the lead.
Yeah, not a bad place to go.
They finally put an end to the run of Valley. 20-19, South Webster leading the Indians. Addie Claxton following the kill. She'll serve it away for the Jeeps. Tight to the net, Queen going to the middle. It was Crispin who is blocked inside, and it falls in play. Kennedy Hamilton defensively for South Webster.
Yeah, at this level of volleyball, outstanding block from Hamilton, don't get me wrong, but at this level of volleyball, that's got to be covered better than that on the Valley defensive side.
Now 21-19, South Webster. Queen going to the backside, looking for Crispin just inside the back line. She gets the kill. Valley now trailing by 1.
You know, Dewey, it's nice to see her get going, because I know we highlighted earlier, she struggled earlier in the year when we had a chance to see her in person, but turning the film on of 2 or 3 other matches, I've had a chance to see her really get it going, and you can tell her confidence level is up here this evening.
Here's Campbell front setting Avery Claxton on the outside, off the top of the tape and over past. It'll fall out of bounds from McGraw. Now 22-20 South Webster.
Dewey, the elite teams have a way when the scoreboard starts creeping into that 18, 19, 20, 21 of just kind of taking control of winning time. Someone right here for Valley's got to step up and make a play.
The freshman Violet Edwards serves it away for the Jeeps. Here's Queen offensively going backside, looking for Peyton Hunter. And nobody home on that second touch. It was Sydney Kessler who took the first ball over. And again, Valley back within 1.
Opportunity for Valley to get even. Now it's South Webster's turn to see if they can respond.
Laylee McGraw serves it away for the Indians. Now with South Webster, it's Kessler bumping it to the outside, Avery Claxton. Now the Indians, it'll be Avea Weiss near side. She floats it over the tape. Here's Kessler back to Avery Claxton far side. Now the Indians, Thompson goes to Weiss with the left hand. Jeeps keep it alive. It's Claxton to Claxton. And a tip for Valley. It'll result in the point for South Webster.
Clever little two-hand push up the net there from Claxton.
23-21, South Webster leading here in the first. It's the senior Carly Mays serves it away for South Webster. Clean bumps it to the near side. It's the freshman Weiss. Now to the Jeeps. It's Kessler inside for Milligan. As the Indians keep it alive. Weiss again dug up in the back row by Addie Claxton. Now Kessler goes to Avery Claxton on the outside, and she missed the back right corner. But a violation against Valley will award the point to South Webster. Set point coming up here in the first.
Yeah, big call because that ball went wide. Difference between 23-22 and now 24-21. Big play.
Set point here in the opener. 24-21, South Webster leading Valley. It's the senior Carly Mays set to serve it away for the Jeeps. On the outside, it's Thompson near side. Weiss swinging away, and it's off the tape, and it falls on the Indian side. 25-21. South Webster takes the opening set here in the regional semifinal. We'll take a break. Set 2 here in Wellston. When we return, you're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Rothkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School, the site of this evening's Division VI Regional Semifinal. South Webster taking the opening set 25-21 over the Valley Indians. But Shane, what a battle that first set was. It was 19-12. South Webster led Valley in the back half of the set, but Valley came all the way back, tied it at 19. I think maybe tied it at 20 or 21 as well, but eventually it was the Jeeps who were able to push 5 or 6 and pull away in that first set.
You know, well, as we settled into the first set, you can tell from your camera angle there across the court, place starting to fill up a little bit. And I thought the energy in the gym picked up a little bit. South Webster, with their experience, got off to a real nice start, as you said. Looked like they were going to run away with it. They even used one timeout when Valley got to 19-15. That didn't work, so they tried another one at 19-19, and then obviously finished on the 6-2 run to win it. But if you're Valley, maybe you come up with a little bit of momentum out of that late push yourself. Let's see if you get off to a better start. If you're South Webster, right here's where you really want to kind of learn from that little let up there at the second half of that opening set. And obviously, if you could get out to the 2-0 advantage, you'd really be in control of the match.
And Shane, that turning point in the first set that allowed Valley to get back in it, what changed for the Indians? Was it an offensive adjustment? Was it a defensive adjustment? Was it something at the service line? What changed for Valley?
From my perspective, yeah, they got a little cleaner in those areas, but my perspective, I thought they got a little bit more energy at net play. I thought the stretch there that Peyton Hunter had started to give them in the middle, because then what it did is it started to free Crispin up on the outside, and I thought when she really got going, that helped them get back in it.
So Sydney Kessler serves it away. Set 2 is underway here at Wellston. It's Crispin near side on the first swing, and she's going to get the kill. Valley onto the scoreboard first here in the second.
And that's what I'm talking about, Dewey. So even though you lose the first set, that stretch got your go-to going a little bit. I mean, she ended with 6 kills in that first set. Now she opens up with 1 here in the second.
1-0 Valley leading South Webster inside. Hamilton wide to the right.
Yeah, Kessler and Hamilton just not on the same page here in the early going tonight. Haven't really been able to time that up the way we've seen them earlier in the year.
Now Campbell front setting Hamilton again, back left corner. What a play in the back row defensively from Weiss, and on the other end, the sophomore Peyton Hunter gets the kill.
Yeah, great call there by you, Dewey. The defensive effort in the back. Sometimes it's just that little extra effort. Can you get an arm on it? Can you pop a ball off from touching the floor and let your team play on? And there, as a result, they get a point.
Queen serves it away, a 3-point lead here for Valley. Campbell front setting to the outside. Addie Claxon down the line, dug up in the back row. That was McGraw, a free ball over by Chrisman. Now Kessler, Hamilton inside. Weiss again digs it up in the back row. Queen back to the near side, and a roll shot from Chrisman. Tight to the net, Kessler pops it up, and the free ball makes it over from Claxon. Thompson to Hunter inside. It's dug up by Kessler. Now Avery Claxon bump sets it to Addie Claxon on the outside. Here's Queen to Chrisman on the near side. She got the kill.
Again, pretty good sequence on both sides. Effort was pretty good. Even when the volleyball wasn't perfect, the effort was really, really good defensively.
It was a 4-0 start in the first for South Webster. Now a 4-0 start for Valley here in the second as Thompson goes to the backside. And a kill. That was Carly Mays. The senior gets South Webster on the board here in the second set.
Again, Mays, a senior, very efficient when she gets her opportunities.
Now the senior Addie Claxon serves it away for South Webster. Hunter bumps it to the near side, and it clips the top of the tape and falls on the Indian side as South Webster creeps to back within 2.
One of those where maybe not quite statistically the ace, but certainly the tough serve leads to the point. You don't want to see a server like this get going if you're on the other side of the net.
Queen setting it up out of the middle. It's Chrisman. Claxon bumps it to the outside. Avery Claxon floats it up over the tape. Now an overpass hammered home. What a swing from the freshman Avery Claxon, who gets the kill.
Yeah, so athletic. Great hand-eye coordination. Connects at the highest point. Good swing.
So a 4-0 start for Valley. Now a 3-0 run for the Jeeps, and an ace for Addie Claxon. That ties it at 4.
You can see on her serve how she has about 3 or 4 different things she can go to, just like a pitcher keeping a hitter off balance.
It's Queen front setting to the near side. It's a roll shot from Chrisman. Now Kessler, Avery Claxon on the far side. It's dug up by Queen beyond the back line. Weiss back to the near side, and a free ball over by McGraw. Kessler to the inside. Hamilton with the left hand, and they may have had her in the net on the follow-through, and Valley retakes the 1-point advantage.
And you get the point, and you get Claxon off the service line. She had erased that 4-0 lead that Valley had opened up.
Chrisman serves it away for Valley. As Campbell goes, Avery Claxon far side, and she's wide to the right. So you mentioned, Shane, a lot more energy here from about the middle of the first set to here in the early second set for the Indians.
Yeah, sometimes that can be nerves. It just, you kind of shake that off and you turn it loose and get going.
And an ace. The junior Kendall Chrisman extends the Indians' lead to 3.
Yeah, she's a great example of what I'm talking about. She struggled to kind of get comfortable in the first trip or 2 through the rotations, and then she really turned it on.
Campbell tight to the net with the left hand. What a swing from Kennedy Hamilton. Body control from the senior, uses the left hand and gets the kill.
Yeah, good adjustment there. And again, not maybe exactly what you're wanting, but it is a great adjustment to be able to make something out of it.
Now the freshman Edwards to serve it away for South Webster. And she sends it into the net. Here's Kessler across the court, Avery Claxon. Now Queen setting to Crispin out of the back row, and she snuck it in for the kill.
Nice little change of pace there. Caught the back row a little deep. Then tip it right in the middle of the floor.
9-5 Valley leading South Webster here in the first. Overpass on the other end. Maya Williams nearly had the kill. A roll shot back over to the Indians. Near side, Vice with the left hand. And didn't make it up over the tape. 4 touches for the Indians. What a recovery defensively for South Webster.
Yeah, great effort. And again, South Webster, it's been one of their staples throughout this incredible run that you highlighted with some great stats there in our pre-match coverage. They've always been really, really good defensively.
Mays serves it away for the Jeeps. Here's Queen on the second touch. Tried to sneak it in. Mays digs it up now. Milligan is blocked by Williams. Back to the Jeeps now. A roll shot far side from Claxton. Williams goes to Vice near side. Back over to South Webster inside. Milligan is blocked. It was Williams again. Now Kessler on the second touch. Stuck it in for the kill.
Yeah, so good. I mean, just a great read. Didn't really have her hitters ready to go. And she's live up there in the front row. And she just went ahead in there and knew exactly where she wanted to go with it. Only 5-4 at that setter position. That was well done.
Here's Queen back setting back to the middle. Maya Williams gets another kill.
Yeah, really good young player in our listening and viewing area throughout Sosa. Really enjoyed watching Maya Williams grow this year.
Kessler front setting, Claxton on the outside, gets the kill.
Yeah, just got to get a little bit more resistance out there to the outside. You know, more times than not, where South Webster wants to attack from, and that's going to be out of that strong side. You got to be able to get out there and give her something to look at.
Tight serve from Claxton, it's into the net. Lead back up to 3 for the Indians.
Haven't had a lot of service errors there. That is South Webster's second here in this set.
A replay here as we didn't have any call from the line judge.
Yeah, I think.
It looks like that's what we're going to do. Well, no, it looks like they may have awarded the point to Valley. We'll catch up with that in a second inside. Kessler is blocked by Williams, but the free ball makes it over for the Jeeps. Now inside, Williams swinging away, gets the kill.
Yeah, I like how Valley didn't really worry about it there.
And Shane, just to clarify, it looks like they did give the ace to Valley. It sits at 13-8.
Now they went back there. I think they got the clarification. You were right the way you called that the first time.
And a service error for Evea Vice.
Again, I talked about that in the opening set. Vice, the freshman, has a really good serve when she can be efficient with it and get it in. She'll have some errors as well, but she can get it going on the ace count.
I believe we're having a discussion. Nikki Cronny potentially asking about that.
I'm guessing
ace.
We're still talking about the same thing, yeah.
I got to tell you, in person, I thought it was inside that back left corner, but obviously on the opposite side of the floor of the line judge, maybe didn't have a good look at it.
Yeah, sometimes they get blocked out and they can't make a proper call, and I know it can be frustrating if you feel like it's in, but, you know, you hate to guess.
So 12-9, a three-point lead for the Indians, and a service error for the freshman, Emma Campbell.
All of a sudden, maybe I've jinxed it because I talked about it too much, but the service errors kind of helping Valley maintain this lead.
Here's Kessler to the outside. Addie Claxton swinging away, and it's going to fall in. A nice swing from the senior Addie Claxton.
Yeah,
Keeps back within 3.
Yeah, dude, it's just remarkable. She comes in and just starts hitting this year, and she's going to be up over 300 kills by the end of the night on this this year. Just an outstanding talent.
Now Queen bumps it back to the middle with the left hand. Crispin sends it over the tape near side. Mays back over to the Indians. McGraw bumps it. Crispin near side. Got it inside the back left corner for the kid.
Yeah, been really, really impressed with Crispin here tonight. Completely different player than we watched earlier in the year, and you can see how she could really get it going and carry her team.
14-10 Valley here in the second. It's Campbell to Claxton on the outside. She's blocked the middle, fall out of bounds. What a defensive play for the Indians.
Look like Thompson and Hunter, they're together.
The sophomore Peyton Hunter had a great night at the net for Valley.
Working hard.
Campbell setting to the backside. Mays swinging away, nearly snuck it in. The free ball makes it over for Valley. Here's Kessler inside, another block for Peyton Hunter, but they may have had her into the net. Violation against Valley brings the Jeeps within 4.
And again, you want to stay out of the net there, but from a coaching perspective, you just like the effort, you like the energy, just got to be a little better in your technique, make sure you avoid the net.
Serve from Claxton, tips the top of the tape. Queen back setting, looking for Crispin, the junior unable to get a hand on it. And the lead dwindles down to 3.
And these are those little stretches sometimes when you have control of a set, you let a team back. This becomes a pretty big serve receive here for Valley.
The Jeeps have had success tonight behind the Claxton serve as Queen sends it to the near side and unable to get it up over the tape. So a 3-0 run here for South Webster. They trail by 2. Timeout Valley.
Yeah, just like that. Get back to 2, and you have Claxton on the service line. So I like the timeout for a couple reasons. 1, try to stop the bleeding while you're still ahead. 2, maybe just try to break her momentum a little bit. Again, it's not always the ace count. You look down at the stat sheet, I only have her for what would probably be considered 2 official aces. Then I've got about 3 or 4 more marks on my sheet here where her serve just takes the point over right from the start.
And Shane, if you're inside of the Valley Indians huddle, if you're Coach Nikki Crotty, what are you saying to your team right now? Down 1-0 in the match, leading by 2 here in the second set.
Well, 2 things. I want to simplify the moment right here. The first things first. Hey, let's be confident. Want it served to you. Let's pass on target so we can go. And then through it all, let's not lose our momentum. Let's not lose our energy. The whole reason we're back into this position is how hard we've been playing here since that first 10 points of the match.
So out of the timeout for Valley, Addie Claxton at the line for the Jeeps. They trail by 2 here in the second set to Valley. Overpass inside, back over to the Indians, and a free ball over by Valley. Kessler goes to Hamilton with the right hand, stuck it inside the Peyton Hunter block for the kid.
Yeah, much better there. You can see a little bit more of the power that Hamilton had in that swing. Hunter unable to get the hands out over the net.
This time Claxton floats it over the tape. Here's Queen to Crispin on the outside with the right hand, nearly snuck it in. And a roll shot by Addie Claxton out of the back row. Here's Queen to Crispin again, near side. She gets the kill.
Yeah, big time swing. That's probably my favorite set for her when she gets a little tighter to the net and she's able to break the rhythm of Claxton there on the service line. So Valley still +2. Let's see if they can respond.
Campbell front setting Avery Claxton far side, just long of the back line.
Yeah.
Just like that, the lead up to 3 now for Valley.
Yeah, I thought that was the right shot. She just missed her spot. Got a little hard with it.
Crispin serves it away for the Indians. They lead by 3 on the outside. Avery Claxton swinging away. The freshman gets the kill.
Yeah, great job by Hamilton to go to her setter there. You can see how it ended up freezing the middle block, and then what it does is it gives Avery Claxton a much more open opportunity to the outside. Great job by Kennedy Hamilton doing what she needs to do in the middle.
17-15, Valley leading a tightly contested second set. Now Kessler to the outside, Avery Claxton again, back-to-back kills for the freshman.
Yeah, Dewey, don't pay attention to what it says in the grade column. You and I have seen examples this year where freshman or not, she can completely take the match over from that outside.
And a service error for South Webster.
And again, those are starting to add up on them a little bit.
So the lead back up to 2 for the Indians here in set 2. McGraw serves it away for Valley. Kessler goes on that quick action for Milligan. Now Queen Device near side. The roll shot sneaks in. And again, Shane, just like that, the lead quickly back up to 3 for the Indians.
Well, and we talked about finishing. Great opportunity for Valley here.
Service error for the freshman McGraw, back over to South Webster, trailing back 2.
I believe that's their third error on the evening, second here in the second set.
Here's Queen front setting Williams out of the middle, missed to the right side. Now South Webster back within 1.
Yeah, not a bad attack there, just kind of didn't get the angle set, didn't have a whole lot of room to work with.
Queen back setting near side, Vice rolls it over, it's dug up by Claxton. Now Claxton will swing away on the outside. It's dug up in the back row by Crispin inside. Maya Williams floats it over the tape. Kinley Horner digs it up. Now inside, Chloe Milligan gets the kill. And for the second consecutive set, Shane, we're tied up at 19.
And remember, it was the same way. So right here at 19 is when South Webster took off on that 6-2 finish. Let's see if they have another one in them.
The Jeeps have caught some fire behind the Carly Mays serve. Here's McGraw bumping it to the near side. It's the freshman Vice. A roll shot back over the Jeeps. Now on the outside, it'll be Claxton swinging away. Now Thompson setting back to Avea Vice. Her swing is long of the back line as South Webster takes a 1-point lead.
Again, Valley needs one more side out to get Crispin back to the front row. They need someone in the front row to really step up and give them a swing here late in this set.
20-19, South Webster leading the Valley. Here's Queen on the inside, going backside to lefty. Thompson gets the kill and ties the match at 20.
Just as I say that, that's a great option. I mentioned that earlier, that lefty out of that opposite side. She has a little bit of size advantage out there, especially coming back into that middle spot.
Now Thompson serves it away for the Indians. Here's Kessler to the outside. Avery Claxton down the line. She tools the block and gets the kill.
Yeah, really well done, because Valley had a nice block set there. They just didn't get the hands turned in.
Now Avery Claxton serves it away for the Jeeps, and an ace for the freshman. Lead up to 2 for South Webster.
5 kills and an ace now in the second set for Avery Claxton.
Williams on the outside, bumps it to Vice near side. She sends it over on the free ball. Now Horner to the outside. It's a free ball from Addie Claxton. Here's Queen to Williams inside. Nearly had the kill. An overpass. Williams, a nice swing, but it's dug up by Claxton. Addie Claxton on the outside gets the South Webster kill. Timeout, Valley.
That's just a big-time defensive effort right there. Valley had a couple really nice swings. And again, South Webster, I talked about it earlier, just their defense is relentless. They stay with it, and they're able to keep 2 really good attacks off the floor. And then Addie Claxton with a big-time swing to put them up 3.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Shane, a couple of outstanding swings from the sophomore Maya Williams, both with some gas on them, but South Webster able to survive, play on, and Addie Claxton answers with a great swing on the outside of her own.
Yeah, I agree. You can always talk about maybe placing it a little bit differently or whatever, but I certainly can't fault the aggressiveness on both of those swings. I just thought it was a really good defensive effort from South Webster to stay with it.
Shane, we talk a lot about how good the Souda Valley Conference typically is year in and year out, but how about the SOC3 this year? You have a Waverly team who came up a round short in the district semis to a really good Circleville team. You have an SOC3 regional semifinal in D6, then you have Wheelersburg in the regional semi in D5 tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I mean, keep in mind, South Webster was 4th in their conference.
On the outside, Addie Claxton sends it into the net.
Again, the size of Queen in the 5-1 attack. She's such a good defender out there. A lot of setters in the 5-1 give away some size on the block. Caitlin Queen does not.
On the outside again, Addie Claxton is blocked. Caitlin Queen makes the defensive play for the Indians.
Right on, kids. Exactly what I'm talking about. You combine her with Maya Williams in the middle, and that's quite a double block that you're trying to go against out there.
Now the freshman Bice serves it away for Valley. Here's Kessler to the outside. Addie Claxton, a roll shot. It's dug up by McGraw. Near side, Crispin on the attack. Here's Kessler, quick action. Milligan, her swing misses the back right corner, and we're tied up at 23.
Yeah, anybody said here, this is exciting as they go to the timeout. And Dewey, the one thing I would probably throw out there, and watching South Webster as much as I have this year, the timing in the middle tonight seems to be one of the biggest things missing. You know, I've watched Kessler with Hamilton and then Kessler with the other middle, Chloe Milligan, and they've had some success in terms of kills or results, but it just hasn't seemed to me to have both of them on the same page, and that's something that has really been missing from their attack.
You're just now tuning in. It was South Webster taking the opening set 25-21. We're now tied here in the second set 23-all. It'll be the freshman Avea Bice to serve it away out of the timeout for the Indians. Here in a crucial second set, Kessler, Addie Claxton, far side. She's blocked. Trickles over to the Indian side. It's Crispin on the attack, down the line for the kill.
At first I thought she was hurt, then she got up laughing hysterically, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that means she's okay.
Set point here in the second for Valley. Kessler racing to her bench, bumps it back to the middle. It's a free ball over by Addie Claxton. Now Queen front setting inside. Maya Williams ends it in the second, 25-23.
Great complimentary volleyball in the offensive attack. Kendall Crispin having a huge night, and I felt like there the block was almost pausing a second to see if they're going to have to go out there too, or instead they go quick to Williams in the middle, and she delivers.
We're tied up one set apiece through the first couple of sets here in the D6 Regional Semifinal. Set 3 here in Wellston. When we return, you're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School. A couple of heavily contested sets to open up tonight's regional semifinal. 25-21. South Webster takes the first. 25-23. One of the more electric sets we've seen in high school volleyball this season. Valley takes set 2. a pivotal set 3 coming up here in the regional semis.
And Dewey, don't overlook the fact that you have league rivals competing on a Sweet 16 stage. Round 3, 1-1 on the year, now 1-1 in the match. If you don't think that's going to add to the intensity as we get going through the rest of this, then you just don't understand quite how league rivalries work. You know what I mean? Like you're just so familiar with each other, and it's just a back and forth slugfest. And that's what we're starting to get here. Both teams starting to get going. And, man, the intensity and the overall energy in the gym's really, really picked up.
The third set tonight will begin with Caitlin Queen and the Valley Indians. A rubber match between these two teams splitting in the regular season.
Line judge was stepping in to get the scoreboard cleared. I love the setter matchup here tonight. Kessler, not as tall, but doing some outstanding things at the net with her ball handling, and then the size of Queen's really dynamic.
Set 3 underway here in Wellston. A roll shot from Addie Claxon gets the Jeeps onto the board first here in the third.
Now again, she goes back to serve. This is a rotation that Valley's really struggled in tonight. Let's see how quick they can get her off the line.
Roll shot sent over by McGraw. Now Claxon beyond the back line. Avery Claxon pushes it over with 2. Overpass. Claxon tried to hammer it home. It was Queen on the block. Now back over to the Indians. Queen back setting the lefty. Thompson sends it home for the kid.
Yeah, and again, it's just the size of Queen. She's able to go up defensively and make a really, really good play on a ball that probably could have resulted in a South Webster point. They get the ball back, and then she's able to go outside to her lefty teammate Thompson.
And Crispin nearly had the ace. The overpass was spiked down by Peyton Hunter. Either way, it's 2-1 Valley.
First, I thought she had the net, but then you could tell from the up official it was more of the ball. She was able to stay out of the net.
Campbell to the outside. Claxon tight to the net. Gets it up over the tape. Back to Valley. Near side. It's Weiss with a roll shot. Dug up by Claxon. Kessler quick action with Hamilton. It's dug up by Weiss. Second touch just does get over the overpass. Hammered home. The freshman of Weiss puts the Indians up by 2.
Aggressive swing there from the freshman. And again, you see it in her serving and her attacks. She's gonna go on to have a great career. She's efficient. She's elite.
On the inside, Peyton Hunter with the big time block for the Indians.
Yeah, you asked me what I thought changed about halfway through the first set. And again, I think a lot of it was Hunter's energy in the middle. Kind of started to become infectious throughout the Valley roster.
Here's Campbell to the outside. Avery Claxon, a nice swing, gets the kill.
South Webster needs to also clean up their service game a little bit. They had 4 errors in that second set, and when you play a 25-23 set, dude, that's huge.
Queen front setting Weiss near side, pushes it over with 2. It's dug up by Claxon. Back setting Mays near side, stuck it in the back left corner for the kill.
Again, it's the 3rd kill for Mays, and she's probably done it on only about 5 or 6 swings. Gives you an idea of that efficiency I'm talking about.
Queen bumps it to the outside. It's Thompson. Now a roll shot from Kessler. Back row, it's dug up. Crispin, Queen inside. Hunter is blocked, and Hunter sends it over on the free ball. Here's Kessler back setting to the near side. It's Mays again. She cools the block and gets the kill. We're tied at 4.
Yeah, one more time, the senior Mays being a steady threat out of that opposite. What that does is it really stretches the block up and down the net.
Caitlin Quinn back setting to the outside. It's Thompson who sends it past the back line.
Yeah, good decision, good attack, just a little long. They've had some success there on that opposite side.
Quinn keeps it near side. It's Weiss. Dug up by Claxton. Now Kessler goes to Avery. Claxton on the outside. Another kill for the freshman.
Yeah, great adjustment. That's what impresses me the most about her. She's so long and athletic. Her ability to adjust to 2 or 3 different types of sets.
And a service error for Violet Edwards. It just almost made it over the tape, but ricocheted back to the Jeep side. Some early takeaways from here in the third.
Well, I just think this is kind of one of those when you're tied at 1, it's just obviously a really crucial set, and I think early on both teams just kind of filling it out a little bit. Remember, as we get the out wide there, remember Dewey, back in the first set we had South Webster jump out quick. Second set, Valley jump out quick. This one's been a little bit tighter, a little bit more back and forth.
7-5, the scoreboard reads were tied up at 6. And now it'll be a 1-point lead for South Webster, 7-6 here in the third set. It's Carly Mays back at the line for the Jeeps, leading by 1. It's Queen setting for Weiss, near side, she's blocked. Sydney Kessler and the sophomore Chloe Milligan defensively for South Webster.
You can tell Kessler was excited about that one. She said, who said the 5-4, 5-1 setter can't get up there and block as well? She got up there and had both hands above the tape.
Queen bumps it to the near side, back to Weiss, a roll shot dug up in the back row by Horner. Now Avery Claxton on the outside, she's blocked. Now Claxton with the right hand, she's wide to the left on the attack. Feels like Valley has one of the best defensive front rows we've seen from any team this season.
Well, I like what you're saying when you consider the depth of kids.
And it's for Ella Thompson. We're tied at 8.
Because what you're saying, Dewey, is true in terms of they have 4 or 5 different kids that can really put up a nice size block.
Kessler across the tape. Avery Claxton gets the kill.
Yeah, Avery working on a big night. And again, we've seen teams much bigger than them in terms of just height. But I like that they have some versatile size up and down the net. So they have a lot of different kids that can do a pretty good job of playing the ball.
Weiss bumps it back to the far side. It's a free ball sent over by Queen. Now Kessler, quick action inside. Chloe Milligan sends it home for the kill.
Yeah, much better. Again, I talked about that earlier. That's something South Webster really needs to find, because when we've seen them play at their highest level, both of their middles have been nice complementary pieces to the outside attack.
Queen front setting Weiss down the line. She gets the kill. The freshman brings the Indians back within 1.
She's starting to settle into the match a little bit too. Let's see here on the service line if she could find a rhythm.
Lead back up to 2 for the Jeeps.
Yeah, again, her third error on the night. And again, a lot of that's just getting a little juiced up. Almost all of them have been long.
Queen goes backside. Williams floats it over the tape, back over to the Jeeps inside. Hamilton missed her spot in the back right corner. South Webster asking for a tip, but nobody signaling for it. It's 11-10 South Webster.
And again, Dewey, this third set just feels like it's kind of a back and forth. Nobody wants to grab control of it.
Kessler bumps it to the outside. Addie Claxton pushes it over with 2. It's kept alive by Crispin. Williams back to the middle, and Thompson the free ball over to the Jeeps. Now Addie Claxton far side, a roll shot. She nearly stuck it in. A nice play from Williams. Here's Crispin near side, inside of the back line for the kill, and we're tied up at 11.
Yeah, really good adjustment from Crispin there. Good defensive effort from Williams.
11 all here in the third set. It's Williams at the line for the Indians. Kessler goes to Hamilton inside, dug up by Thompson. Now Crispin near side. Her roll shot is into the net.
Again, we're just waiting for a team to grab control. We are tied at 6. It's been back and forth. We are tied at 11. Now South Webster up 12-11.
Queen goes inside. Peyton Hunter a bit out of rhythm. And the lead jumps back up to 2 for the Jeeps.
Great opportunity for South Webster here.
Overpass from Valley, back over to the Jeeps. It's Kessler inside. Hamilton's attack is dug up by McGraw, and a violation against Valley. Did they get Caitlin Queen in the net for the Indians?
Well, she was the closest to the net. So this is what I was talking about, opportunity. We haven't had a 3-point lead really throughout this set. South Webster's first chance to break it open a little bit.
Queen on the far side, back to the near side. It's a roll shot from Crispin. Now the Jeeps with Claxton. Addie Claxton on the outside. She's blocked. Peyton Hunter again defensively for the Indians.
Yeah, she's been terrific defensively. And now if you're Valley, this is where you want to answer. You still got Crispin in the front row. And Queen will be setting out of the back row, which will give you 3 options at the net.
Here's Queen to Crispin near side, swinging away. It's dug up. Avery Claxton in the back row. Now Mays near side. Hunter goes to Thompson. It's a free ball over to the Jeeps. Here's Kessler on the outside. Claxton can't get it up over the tape.
I was talking about the setters earlier, where Queen, being a little bigger, can go up and grab that on a jump set and two-hand. Kessler is really clever the way she goes up one hand and keeps it on her side, but still puts it on target.
It's Campbell back setting Mays near side. It's dug up by Weiss. Now Queen to Thompson on the outside with the right hand. Jeeps keep it alive. Addie Claxton with the right hand. Crispin digs it up. Queen back to Crispin on the outside. Nice swing, and she's going to get the kill.
Great adjustment there. McGraw and Crispin got tangled up there a little bit on her transition off the net. So at first when I went back out to her, I didn't think she was going to get back ready to hit, but she certainly did and delivered.
14 all here in the third. It's Campbell. She goes to Addie Claxton. She misses her spot in the back left corner as Valley takes a 15-14 lead.
Yeah, just like that. It was 14-11. Now Valley comes back with 4 straight.
Queen serves it away for the Indians. Campbell setting to the near side. It's Mays nearly stuck it in. Weiss digs it up. Now Crispin with the left hand. Back over to South Webster. Kessler back setting near side. It's Mays. Now Valley. Thompson to Crispin near side. Kessler goes to Addie Claxton on the outside. Free ball will make it over from McGraw. Kessler right back to Addie Claxton. Changes up the pace. Kept alive by the Indians. Crispin swinging away near side. Rally continues far side. A roll shot from Addie Claxton. Queen bumps it up to Crispin with the right hand. Now the Jeeps. It's Kessler, Addie Claxton far side. Overpass from the Indians off the attempted dig of Emma Campbell, and it falls in.
One of our longest rallies of the night. Pretty good defensive effort on both sides, and that's a big point for Valley to keep the momentum going. That's 5 straight now.
And a timeout for Darcy Claxton and the Jeeps.
Dewey, one of the biggest improvements I've seen that I probably haven't talked enough about tonight is the freshman Laylee McGraw, the libero there on the Valley side. I know earlier in the year when we had a chance to see her, you could certainly see the talent. She was a little uncomfortable that night against Wheelersburg, but tonight just seems in real control of her game. She comes in over 4 digs per set, almost 6 serve receives per set. So obviously as a freshman, they look to her to do a lot to keep that ball off the floor, and I've been real impressed with her effort here this evening.
I think one of the cool things about the fall sports season is when you see these schools that are parlaying success across different sports. Obviously tonight you have Valley hosting a playoff game come Friday. Their volleyball team is in the regional tournament. You look to a team like Circleville, they're also hosting a playoff game. They're in the regional final, I believe, tomorrow night. And even a team like Wheelersburg, one of the top seeded teams in the Division V football playoff and one of the top seeds in the Division V tournament on the volleyball side of things.
Yeah, great point. Not just culture in the program, but culture in the athletic department.
Block inside the senior Kennedy Hamilton for South Webster.
Yeah, what a big play. You come out of the timeout where your opponent just scores 5 straight to open up a 2-point lead. It's almost a must point, and Hamilton delivers.
It's Crispin setting to the outside. Hunter sends it into the net, and we're tied up at 16. Another school, Alexander, I believe, won the TVC in volleyball. They've made it to the Elite 8 in girls soccer as well.
Yeah, TVC Ohio volleyball champs, yeah.
Addie Claxton serves it away, tied at 16 here in the third. Queen to Crispin near side. Kessler running out of room, it'll fall in. 1-point advantage for Valley.
And, just the level of competition. We knew this was going to be the case when you had 2 league rivals who split on the regular season. Back and forth we go.
Campbell to the outside, Avery Claxton, her roll shot clips off the top of the tape and falls inside the line. That ties it at 17.
Had just enough of it to roll it over the tape, and then it gets the fortunate spot there if you're a Jeeps fan.
Here's the freshman Violet Edwards. She serves it away for South Webster. Queen backsetting Thompson down the line for the kill.
Back up 18-17. Now Williams will return to the middle.
And an ace for the freshman libero, Laylee McGraw.
You highlighted McGraw on the last break there. Now she's back on the service line.
19-17 Valley here in the third. Kessler to the outside. It'll be Addie Claxton out of the back row, dug up by Crispin. Now Queen to Thompson, far side. She goes back to left corner. It's dug up by Claxton. Avery Claxton on the attack, and her swing misses the back line. Saw a heady play in the back row there from Crispin just to lay off of that one and let it go.
Yeah, now another 3-0 run since we were tied at 17.
Kessler goes with the quick action. Milligan inside. It's dug up by McGraw. Now Vice swinging away, and she's wide to the right. So another set here in Wellston coming down to the wire.
Well, remember, we were tied at 19 first set, tied at 19 second set. Now here we are 2018. Valley on top.
Carly Mays at the line for the Jeeps. Far side, it's Queen back to the near side, and a free ball from Vice. Kessler goes to Milligan inside. She's blocked by Williams, but Claxton answers with the kill.
Just that length, athleticism, feel for the game. 5 kills in the third set, unofficially 14 on the night.
Queen racing to the far side, brings it near side on the bump set. It's Vice over to the Jeeps. Now Kessler goes to Avery Claxton. Crispin the dig for Valley. Queen to Thompson, far side. She's blocked. Back to the Indians. It's Vice. A roll shot back row. Dug up by Addie Claxton. Kessler goes to Avery Claxton, far side. Now the Indians answer with a free ball. Back over to the Jeeps. Kessler goes to Claxton inside. Nice dig from Crispin. Maya Williams caught out of rhythm. Sends it over on the free ball. Kessler on the second touch. Nice play from McGraw to keep it alive. Thompson on the outside. Gets the kill.
What a big time point from Valley. You talk about a team point. Man, that's good volleyball. South Webster came on a good action in the middle. Crispin with a big time play. Then McGraw with a big time play. And then Thompson with a swing on the opposite side to put him back up 2.
Timeout, South Webster. They trail by 2 here late in the third. The second timeout of the set for Coach Darcy Claxton. 21-19 here late in a pivotal third set. If you're just now tuning in, it was South Webster 25-21 in the first. Valley answered back in a heavily contested second set, 25-23. Here we are, Valley +2 late in the third.
Well, let's go back to our pre-match coverage. You had asked me, what was going to be the difference here in round 3 with these two teams, and we talked about them knowing each other so well. I was talking about it's going to come down to ultimate execution because there's no secrets. It's just, hey, here's our best, here's your best. Winner to the Elite 8. We just had a slugfest back and forth.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Thompson at the service line for Coach Crotty and the Indians. The Rowdy Reservation has made their way to Wellston High School. And a service error out of the timeout, a costly one for Valley. That'll hand it back to South Webster, down by 1.
Well, that's that timeout there. It's kind of like the free throw shooter that goes over and sits in the huddle. Kind of think about it a middle, break some rhythm. Now it's South Webster with a chance to get even.
Avery Claxton serves it away for the Jeeps and gets the ace. We're tied at 21. And now Valley calls their second timeout of the set.
Dewey, I couldn't tell. It looked like that clipped the tape there a little bit on the way over, and I thought that ended up throwing the passer off just a little bit.
Compare it maybe to a catcher trying to catch that tipped third strike. It's definitely a bit difficult to catch those serves, and you've obviously talked about some people have mixed feelings about those serves clipping the top of the tip.
Well, and again, I think Go Volleyball's done the right thing about, on some of those things, on keeping the action moving, not having so many stoppages. Again, you could argue till you're blue in the face about some of the skill set. We talked about that throughout the year in terms of some of the ball on one side. But on some of those types of things, I kind of like keeping the pace of the match going a little bit and playing on. And here we are at 21-all again. And I talk about winning time, just the ability to step up in these moments and execute. Someone step up and make a play. Maybe it's a good serve receive. Maybe it's a good swing at the net.
Out of the timeout, Avery Claxton serves it away and gets another ace. 2 in a row for the freshman. 3 unanswered points for South Webster. They lead by 1.
Showing off her full arsenal, not just the hitter, but also with the serve.
Queen bumps it up with the right hand, middle of the floor. Williams bumps it over on the free ball. Now South Webster answers with a free ball. Here's Queen to Williams out of the middle. She gets the kill and ties it at 22.
Yeah, I love the short set from Queen. Queen and Williams on the same page right when their team needed it the most, tied at 22.
And a service error for Avea Vikes.
Yeah, tried to hit that back corner, just a little strong.
Coach Crotty and Valley with a differing opinion on if that was in or out.
Well, a lot of bodies there. It's tough to see the ball all the way down.
Campbell serves it away for the Jeeps. They lead 23-22 near side. Crispin pushes it over with 2. Now in the middle, it's Addie Claxton swinging away. Back to the Indians. Queen goes back to Crispin near side. She got the kill.
Such a great swing. You know, it's easy to let up there. It's a tense situation late in the set. Maybe get a little timid. Nothing timid about that at all. What a great swing to tie us at 23. Back and forth we go.
The sophomore Maya Williams serves it away for Valley. Here's Kessler, quick action inside with Hamilton, and a violation against Valley will award the point to the Jeeps. Looks like they got the junior Caitlin Queen again.
Set point.
24-23, South Webster leading Valley here late in the third. The senior setter, Sydney Kessler, to serve it away. Queen comes to Crispin from the attack line. A roll shot back over to South Webster. Kessler backsetting Mays near side, and her swing is long. It'll take an extended set here in the third.
Had some success on going on that outside opposite. Not that time.
Inside, Hamilton swinging away. It's dug up by Weiss. Now Queen to Crispin near side. Blocked by Mays. Quickly sent back over by Hunter. Roll shot far side from Claxton. Now Thompson with the right hand. What a dig from Kessler near side. And another violation against Valley.
Kind of a late whiff today. The officials looking at each other there. I don't know if they were on the same page on that, to be honest.
It looks like, Shane, they're going to replay it.
Well, and again, I'm speculating here, but when it looked like the up official didn't have it, it looked like maybe the down official did. And then as they kind of were communicating after the play there, I don't know if they agreed.
So we're going to replay the point. Still 24-all. It's Caitlin Queen at the line for the Indians. Campbell goes to Hamilton inside. Knight tight to the net. It falls 25-24 South Webster.
It'll be the second set point for the Jeeps.
And just who Coach Claxton wants at the service line. It's the senior Addie Claxton. 25-24 South Webster here in the third. It'll be Queen. Bump setting to Crispin near side. Back row, it's dug up by Claxton. Now Kessler goes to Avery Claxton far side. Dug up by McGraw. Hunter sets for Crispin. She pushes it over with two. Now Kessler. Back to Avery Claxton on the outside. Ends it here in the third. 26-24.
6 more kills for the outstanding freshman Avery Claxton there to 26-24 to put her Jeeps up 2-1.
South Webster leading the match 2-1. A big fourth set coming up here in Wellston when we return. You're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School, a 26-24 final in the third set. Back-to-back sets here in the D6 Regional Semi, decided by that minimum of 2 points. A crucial fourth coming up here in the fourth set is South Webster leading Valley 2-1.
Yeah, that third set just kind of had that feel to it all the way through. Nobody could get away from the other one. You know, tied at 6, tied at 11. Then, you know, it looked like, you know, one team would go up a couple, another team would come back. Then the other team would go up a couple, the other team would come back. And then we were tied at 22, tied at 23, tied at 24. And finally it was South Webster winning those final 2 points to get somewhat control of the match here, up 2-1.
And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast and throughout our coverage here this evening, the winner moving on to the D6 Regional Final round. That's this Saturday, a 1 p.m. first serve at Zanesville High School. They'll have the winner of Shenandoah and Newark Catholic. That one kicked off at 7 p.m. So if you look throughout social media, you may be able to find a first set final from that match somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where to look, but either way, you're going to have a very tough opponent come this Saturday for either team, whether it's Valley or South Webster.
You know, and we had passed out the tip of the cap to the OHSA and the Southeast District for making this happen and getting these two teams closer to home. All you got to do is look at this gym. It's about 90% of the way full here through on both sides on the bottom. So well done on their part to give more people a chance to watch it in person. The one thing they'll say, Dewey, is they'll talk about scouting. But again, I think that's a kind of an old school approach. In today's time with film and some different things, I'm sure both of the winners, the one that comes out of here tonight as well as the one over in Zanesville to meet up on Saturday through film or through having advanced scouts out in person will have their kids more than ready. But again, I just feel like the positives of moving it here really outweigh some of those other things. So well done, OHSA and Southeast District.
So a crucial fourth set coming up here in Wellston. And as we've also stated throughout the broadcast, this is really just kicking off the week for you and I. We'll be over at Logan for a couple of D5 regional semis tomorrow night. You'll be in Lucasville Friday night for their Week 11 Round 1 playoff game against Zane Trace. And then we'll be right back in Logan for the D5 regional final on Saturday.
Looking forward to all of it.
Sydney Kessler serves it away and gets us going here in the fourth, and it's a service error for Kessler, and it's 1-0 Valley.
Let's see what kind of feel this third set brings. Remember, the first set had South Webster out quick, second set Valley out quick, third set was really back and forth.
Kessler inside, Hamilton. Now the Indians with Thompson on the outside. She pulls the block and gets the kill.
Yeah, Thompson having a solid night. Sixth kill of the evening.
Kessler front setting inside. It's Hamilton. Back over to the Indians. Backside, it's Thompson with the right hand. There was no block for the Jeeps. And 4 touches for the Indians as South Webster gets onto the board.
Yeah, as the lefty, that ball just got up on her and got across her body a little bit. Tried to adjust with her offhand, which is the right hand. Couldn't do it.
Queen setting to the near side, looking for Williams. She's blocked by Hamilton. Back over to the Indians. It'll be a free ball from McGraw. Now Kessler to the outside. Avery Claxon on the move. She gets the kill. What a night so far. Just 3 sets and some change for the freshman Avery Claxon.
Yeah, just been really, really good out there on that outside. Valley's got to really commit to getting a block.
Overpass from Valley off of the Jeep serve inside. Hamilton, a nice swing, but defensively the sophomore Maya Williams with the block.
Yeah, nice solo action in the middle there from the sophomore Williams. That was one of Hamilton's better swings.
Tied to the net, Campbell running out of room. Williams sends it home, and the free ball is sent over by Claxon. Now near side, Chrisman swinging away, gets the kill.
Yeah, Chrisman does such a good job of really getting that arch back the way we talk about it, and really getting on top of that ball, and that's why that ball has such late life, diving to the floor there on the back end of the South Webster defense.
And an ace from the service line for the freshman of Bay of Ice.
We've highlighted that throughout with her numbers. She's had some errors throughout the match, but if she's able to roll 2 or 3 of those in, it could really flip a set.
Out of the back row, a roll shot from Avery Claxon. It's into the net. 6-2, the lead is up to 4 here early in the fourth for Valley.
And there's another example, one statistically an ace, the other one certainly leading to the point.
Service error for Vice.
So it's Valley able to get out to that 6-3 advantage. Let's really pay attention here to see if they can open something up or if South Webster can keep the pressure applied.
Tied to the net, Queen over on the second touch. Free ball sent back over. And a violation against the Indians awards the point to the Jeeps. Maybe an interference call on the inside?
Yeah, I didn't see the signal. I was watching some action away from the ball, and they're getting some clarification there.
So as of now, 6-4, Valley leading South Webster. The point went to the Jeeps. That cut the lead for the Indians down to 2. It's our down official discussing the previous play with Indians head coach Nikki Crotty.
It almost looked like they were checking the lineup there.
You think they may have had Queen, they may have called Queen sending it over on the net out of the back row, but she may have actually been in the front row?
Well, that was the call. I think that's what she was saying, is like, hey, I'm in the front row. But I don't know that that was the call there, but that's what she was pointing there at least.
The rubber match tonight between Valley and South Webster, round 3, a ticket to this Saturday's regional final on the line. It's now Crotty, or excuse me, our down official talking with Caitlin Queen.
Now they've got it sorted out. Good officiating there to communicate with player and coach so everybody knows.
So out of the pause, Edwards serves it away, backside set, it's Williams, a block for Avery Claxon that falls out of bounds off of the Indians' tip.
Good response from South Webster, which that's what we've had all night, Dewey. One team goes up 6-3 and we're right back to 6-5.
Thompson racing over, bumps it to the near side, and Crispin gets it over on the athletic free ball. Quick action inside as Chloe Milligan answers with the kill. We're tied at 6. And a timeout for Valley.
Great defensive effort from Crispin there with the one hand, but with Valley scrambling, South Webster did what you should do, which is go really quick before the defense can reset. They were able to use Milligan there in the middle.
So tied up 6 apiece here in a crucial 4th set. If you're just now tuning in, it was South Webster in the first, 25-21. Valley answered back in the second, 25-23. Then coming off of an extended set in the third, the Jeeps claimed that one 26-24. What a match it has been here in round 3 between South Webster and Valley.
And it's really been all year long. You know, back here in September, South Webster wins in 4, and then the rematch there early October. Valley won in straight sets, but I believe all of those were 21, 21, 21. So you're obviously playing some competitive sets, and that's pretty much what this entire evening so far has been.
So out of the timeout for Valley, Violet Edwards will serve it away for the Jeeps. Inside, Williams floats it over the tape. It's dug up by Mays. Now on the outside, Avery Claxon Queen the dig. Thompson tries to go to the back left corner, but they may have had Thompson on that double hit over the net.
Yes.
Another violation for Valley.
Yeah, certainly the 1-2 contact there. She sent it over.
And a service error for Violet Edwards that ties them set at 7.
Better communication there. I thought Valley had played one that was probably going to sell long the point before.
Now Maya Williams at the line for Valley. Kessler back setting to the near side. It's Mays streaking in. Carly Mays, the senior, gets the kill to put the Jeeps up by 1.
5th kill of the evening for the senior Mays.
Following the kill, Mays will serve it away for South Webster. And she just did miss that back line. We're tied again at 8.
Yeah, great job by McGraw. You always hear right around that shoulder high or eye high, let it fly there. She does a good job of following it all the way out.
Kessler bumps it to the outside. Avery Claxon sends it into the net. So a back and forth. Set number 4, it's 9-8 Valley. Thompson serve clips the top of the tape and falls home. Nobody home for that second touch.
You know, Dewey, obviously Valley playing with the pressure of being behind 2-1. You can soften that pressure a little bit by playing out in front. Last thing you want to do is fall behind and feel like you're playing uphill the whole fourth set.
Kessler to the outside across the tape. It was Claxon, but a block for Caitlin Queen.
Again, I can't talk about it enough. What a great defensive weapon in that 5-1 setter to have that size and that skill set at the net.
Kessler racing over, tries to bump it up on the outside, but it falls out of bounds. It's 12-8. Valley leading here in the middle of the fourth.
All of a sudden, the lefty Ella Thompson finding some momentum at the service line.
Timeout for South Webster. They trail by 4 here in the fourth set.
And again, if you're South Webster, the last thing you want to do is just give Valley the freedom to run away right here. You want to apply the pressure. The pressure is on Valley. So if you're South Webster, you want to try to answer right here, get right back in this, try to get it deep into the set again where it's close. And again, that team trailing 2-1 starts to feel a little bit of that pressure.
First time out of the set for South Webster. And it'll be Ella Thompson to serve it away out of the break.
Same thing happened earlier out of the timeout. So if nothing else, the timeout at least breaks the service momentum.
Queen going front side, looking for Crispin. She snuck it in for the kill.
Kendall Crispin working on an awfully good night unofficially here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 kills is what she's up to here in the fourth set.
Kessler to the outside, Addie Claxon. She gets the kill.
Again, just a feel for the game. Knows exactly where she wants to go with it and what type of shot she needs to use to go there.
13-10, Valley leading South Webster. Queen to the near side, Vice. Over the tape now, Kessler, Addie Claxon on the outside. And another violation, it's Caitlin Queen again into the net for the Indians.
Well, and again, just a game of concentration. Queen way too talented to make the unforced mistake. Just got to clean that up. She's a terrific player.
Queen setting it up inside. It was Peyton Hunter who got it up over the tape. It results in the point. And the lead's back up to 3 for Valley.
And South Webster had eased it a little bit out of the timeout. Now let's see if Valley can go right back on a run.
Kessler, quick action with Hamilton inside. A nice dig from Thompson. Now Queen comes to Vice near side. Back over to the Jeeps. It's Kessler going to Claxon on the outside. The roll shot dug up by Thompson. Queen an overpass on that second touch. South Webster able to answer, and they're back within 2.
Yeah, Valley just having trouble a little bit, Dewey. When Crispin goes to the back row, they haven't been as consistent on getting on the attack. And you still have some weapons at the net there. They just got to clean up some of the overall ball handling to be able to go on the attack.
And Sydney Kessler, a strong serve. It results in the point for South Webster. 14-13, South Webster trailing Valley. Queen tight to the net, goes to Williams inside. She snuck it inside the block of South Webster, and the lead is back up to 2 for the Indians.
Her 7th kill of the night. That's what I'm talking about. You still have options at the net. Good job of McGraw there on the serve receive.
Kessler goes backside. Addie Claxton a soft touch, and she snuck it in.
Haven't seen Addie out of the opposite side much. That time on that first ball over, able to produce there. Now she's back to serve.
And a service there for the senior Addie Claxton.
Make sure you're recording that. You don't see that very often on the year. Only about 24, 25 on the whole year. And you're talking someone who served it up almost 350 times now.
And an ace. Another one for the freshman of A of Ice. Well, you talking about rare service errors. We saw one from Logan Elm, Sadie Binkley. I think that was just her 2nd of the season the other night at Logan.
Yes, and that wasn't even my fault. Usually I can put the jinx on someone. I didn't even do it that time.
Claxton back over the Indians. It'll be Crispin near side for the kill.
Again, had the net violation on the other side, but because she's on the attack already there, she does get the kill. Hey, you'll appreciate this, Dewey. On overtime the other night, I was trying to give Sadie Binkley the collision of the week when she went flying into the bench on that 14th point of the 5th set.
Carly Mays answers with a kill of her own. I think that was one of the highlights of our volleyball coverage this season, although Logan Elm came up on the wrong end of the point. Still a great play defensively for the Braves.
Incredible effort both ways, and just the effort and the energy in the gym at that point.
Queen sets it back to Crispin, nearly stuck it in. Here's Kessler, bump setting to the outside. It's Claxton. Now Queen back to Crispin near side. In the back row, Addie Claxton hits the deck on the dig. Now Avery Claxton on the outside, wide to the right corner.
That's just great back row play. You get Claxton on the one side keeping it off the floor, and then notice how the rookie McGraw is able to recognize that ball is going to be long, and she's able to turn the shoulders and get out of the way at the last second.
Here's Maya Williams at the line for the Indians. Kessler back setting Mays near side. Now Thompson bumps it, it's Crispin. She gets another kill. In all district selection, Kendall Crispin extends Valley's lead to 5. It's 20-15. Second time out of the set for South Webster.
Oh, now she's up to 20 kills unofficially on the evening, and we talked about that in the opening, about how, watching her on film, her ability to break out and take over some sets and even a match has been there for this team. I mean, it's a big reason why they come in 18-5. Maybe just a little slow start in the first, 10, 15 points of the night. Since then, she's just been swinging away and really producing for the Valley Indians.
So the Indians looking to push 5 here late in the 4th and force that 5th set. We've been blessed this year with the number of 5-set matches we've had. We had a great one the other night at Logan. In that match we were talking about, Galley Academy and Logan Elm.
Incredible match.
Seems like we could be on the doorstep of another one here tonight in Wellston. Inside, it's Milligan. Quickly back over, Peyton Hunter back over to the Jinx, and Mays floats it over the tape now. The Indians with Queen. Roll shot from Crispin, dug up by Horner in the back row. Claxton to the far side. Avery Claxton swinging away. Thompson sets it near side. Crispin gets another kill.
And again, a nice adjustment on the swing. And, there's times with Queen at center and Crispin on the outside, I'd like to see them play a spec faster and get going on the attack a few more times. But they have nice chemistry together.
Kessler inside. Milligan answers.
Had to have it. now or never really for the Jeeps if you're going to win this in 4. If you're Valley, look, we've seen a lot of teams get to that 23-24 mark not be able to put it away. So, again, if you're Valley, you want to stay focused here and not give away this opportunity to get to a 5th set.
Vice back to the middle. It'll be a free ball from Laylee McGraw. Here's Kessler on the other side. Avery Claxton down the middle for the South Webster kill.
Yeah, you don't see Avery move into the middle, but what they're doing there is they're just stacking one after the other. They're bringing the middle there to keep the block honest, and then that gives Avery a little bit of space to look over the floor and swing away.
And a service there for Carly Mays.
Again, 5 errors, I think, is what I have on my sheet here in the 4th set for South Webster. That's the difference in the set.
Inside, Kessler to the far side. Avery Claxton able to tool the block and get the kill.
Yeah, right now you just got a Kendall Crispin and Avery Claxton on opposite sides of the net playing a little anything you can do, I can do better back and forth game. It's been fun to watch.
Queen comes to Crispin on the outside. A roll shot dug up by Horner. Now Kessler goes to Addie Claxton far side. Nice play from McGraw to keep it alive. Crispin on the attack. Near side, another kill for the All-District junior Kendall Crispin.
Yeah, big time swing, and again, what a big time play from Laylee McGraw. She's been really, really good tonight. The libero, just the freshman, if you're just joining us, wearing the white there, the different collar jersey for Valley, just doing a terrific job in the back row.
Service error for Valley.
Yeah, Kendall Crispin had a timeout over here on the shoe.
The freshman Emma Campbell returns to the rotation. She'll be at the service line for the Jeeps. Here's Queen inside. Peyton Hunter misses her spot. Looking for that back left corner. Both teams now to the 20-point threshold for the 4th consecutive time tonight.
Well, Dewey, South Webster wins another point. You're going to start to feel the tension a little bit. If you're Valley, you want to put this thing away.
Vice back to the middle, a free ball over by Thompson. Now Kessler inside. Hamilton's attack is dug up by Thompson. Out of the back row, it's Crispin with the right hand. Free ball sent over by Avery Claxton. Here's Queen near side. Vice with the left hand. Nice dig from Avery Claxton up top. Oveo Vice hammers it home for the kill.
Big time swing from the freshman there. Just a real aggressive play. You can tell her teammates appreciate that a little bit. And now we got a set point for Valley. Almost forgot the sub. They were so excited off that swing.
24-20 set point here in the 4th for the Indians. Kessler goes to Hamilton inside. Now Queen to Crispin out of the back row, and her swing is gone.
Not a bad idea, but I just don't think Crispin was on the same page with her. She didn't quite go get ready to hit from back there, and as a result, she was a half second late on her approach, and it sends it long.
Sydney Kessler set to serve it away for South Webster. Here's Queen on the far side, back to the middle, it's Williams, a roll shot, it's dug up by Mays. Now Kessler goes to Addie Claxton, the senior gets the kill.
Well, just a gamer, 1 point at a time. Keeps her team in it. And again, how many times have we seen this where a team gets 4, 5, 6 opportunities to close a set, unable to do it?
And a service error ends it in the 4th. 25-22, Valley winning a crucial set for forcing a 5th set. Coming up here in Wellston. (25-22) the final here in set 4. When we return, the race to 15. Both teams looking to punch their ticket to Saturday's regional final. You're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School. We're going to a 5th set in the Division VI Regional Semifinal. 2 Southeast District teams. One of them will move on to the regional final this Saturday. You just look at the scores for each individual set. 25-21 South Webster, 25-23 Valley, 26-24 South Webster, and then Valley 25-22 in the 4th set. Shane, I think one of the most interesting things here as we get ready to go in the race to 15 for Lucasville Valley. You're in game 24 of the season. This is the first 5-set match for the Indians on the year.
Yeah, that's a great stat because, again, they've when you consider they've split with so many different teams throughout the year, but I guess it's one of them all or nothing type things. Either we dominate you, you dominate us. But look, here's another big stat for you, Dewey. In the 2nd and 4th set, when Valley's been successful, South Webster's helped out with 4 service errors, and then there's 6 service errors in that 4th set. So on a race to 15, you just can't give points away. You're going to have to clean that up a little bit, but needless to say, urgency, start fast, got to play out in front.
So here we go, the 5th set here at Wellston. Caitlin Queen serves it away for Valley. Kessler back setting Eddie Claxon near side. The roll shot goes in for the kill.
Yeah, and again on that first ball over, you got to recognize that that's the one time Addie Claxton's going to hit out of the opposite on that first ball. She was able to find a little bit more room to operate.
Here's Queen from the attack line, goes to the middle, Williams. Nice dig from Addie Claxon, free ball over by the Jeeps. Here's Queen near side, Vice with the left hand. Now South Webster, it's Claxon to Claxon on the outside as Avery Claxon missed her spot. Attacking error for the freshman, we're tied at 1.
Well, and the reason that's such a big point is because it gets Addie Claxon off that service line.
Campbell goes to the outside, Avery Claxon is blocked. Now Mays near side, tips it over the tape for the kill.
Nice job for Mays. And
it's Caitlin Queen talking with the up official. You got to figure she's wondering, was there a touch on that block that seemed to ricochet off the top of the net? South Webster leading Valley 2-1. Violet Edwards serves it away for the Jeeps. Queen goes inside, Hamilton. Back over to South Webster, it's Avery Claxon far side. Now inside, jousting match won by Williams. Now the Jeeps send it back over. Here's Thompson, far side, the lefty Ella Thompson gets the kill.
Yeah, big time set from Queen there. You've got Crispin on the outside, Williams in the middle, and the block was stuck. Queen reads it, sends it back behind her, gives her lefty teammate Thompson a free swing.
Maya Williams, the sophomore, serves it away. We're tied at 2 here in the 5th. Kessler back setting Mays near side, dug up by Vice in the back row. Now Queen, it's a free ball over by Chrisman. Claxton goes to Avery Claxton, far side. The freshman gets the kill.
Claxton now with 19 unofficial on the kill total.
Mays serves it away for the Jeeps. They lead 3-2. Vice bumps it back to the middle. A free ball from Crispin deep in the back row. Claxton goes to Kessler inside. Milligan gets the kill.
Dewey, I talked about that earlier. I like that setter, or excuse me, the middle hitter getting on top her setter. It allows them to play a little quicker.
We've talked a lot about the success South Webster has had with Addie Claxton at the line. Carly Mays, they've had a lot of success with her at the line tonight as well. As Crispin rolls it back over to South Webster. Here's Kessler, Avery Claxton, far side. Now the Indians, it's Thompson to Crispin, near side, off the top of the tape. It's dug up by Mays. Kessler goes, Avery Claxton, far side. McGraw to Queen, back setting. Here's Thompson on the outside. She sends it into the net. Lead is up to 3 here in the 5th for the Jeeps.
That ball just a little bit more off the net. Good start for South Webster. I always feel like those mini goals in the sprint to 15, play to 5, play to 10, play to 15. If you're South Webster, you like that 5-2 start.
Timeout for Coach Crotty and the Indians. Couldn't have asked for a better crowd here tonight. You can go ahead with your thought, but both programs, both fan bases certainly showed out here tonight at Wellston.
Well, again, don't you feel like that has a lot to do with the decision of the OHSA and Southeast District to make this happen? You look around here, I'd have a hard time believing. Now, I know there'd be 4 teams over there because you'd have another match waiting to be played, but I have a hard time believing that this many fans would have been able to make a trip to Zanesville. But you're right. I mean, you look across the way, pretty full end to end, as you can see there on our camera angle. For those of you that can't see the South Webster side, they're every bit of 85-90% full themselves.
So out of the timeout, May serves it away for South Webster, and she sails it over the back line.
Now it's Valley's turn to ice the server, so to speak.
Score update as of 4 minutes ago. Newark Catholic after 2 lead Shenandoah 2-0. Kessler to the outside. Avery Claxton swinging away, and she gets the kill.
Another big time swing. Now she'll go back to serve, which means Addie Claxton will become the strong side hitter. Christmas still in the front row for Valley.
And a service error for the Jeeps. Kessler setting it up inside the block from Peyton Hunter, and a violation against Valley. Seeing a lot of net violations tonight defensively for the Indians.
And again, you know, sometimes that can just be the speed of the match or the anxiousness. It's just where you got to be really, really solid in your technique.
Quinn bump setting to the near side. It's a roll shot from Aveo Bites. Now Kessler goes to Addie Claxton, far side, overpass from Thompson. Kessler to Hamilton, inside for the kill.
And Dewey, that's what's been missing a little bit tonight. That's one of their best attacks, Kessler to Hamilton, that they've been able to get out of the middle. And what a time for it to show up to go up 8-4 in the 5th set.
Queen front setting Vice near side, down the line, she sails it over the back line. It's 9-4, South Webster leading Valley here in the 5th.
South Webster coaches, South Webster fans really starting to sense it.
And the serve clips the top of the tape. Emma Campbell gets the ace. It's 10-4 South Webster, second time out of the set for the Indians.
Yeah, the last time out, last chance to try to stop the bleeding here. Again, if you're South Webster, way too much on the line to let up. You got to come out. You win the race to 5. You're up 5-2. Now you win the race to 10, up 10-4. Can they finish it off, or does Valley have one more push in them?
And going back to the other match in Zanesville, Shenandoah unbeaten 23-0 on the season, fairly dominant through the first couple of sets, or excuse me, reverse that. Newark Catholic, I believe, undefeated on the season, 23-0. Very overpowering first couple of sets over Shenandoah. They beat them 25-12 in the first, 25-17 in the second. Again, they're unbeaten on the year, looking to move on to 24-0.
Well, you and I had a little South Webster Newark Catholic earlier, or last spring, I should say, in the baseball side. So those two schools not unfamiliar with some regional championship matchups.
Out of the timeout, it's 10-4. South Webster leading Valley as Emma Campbell serves it over the back line.
All right, if you're Valley, you get a nice break there. You got McGraw back to serve here.
Here's Kessler inside. It's Milligan. Excuse me, that was Kennedy Hamilton, a bit out of rhythm, unable to get it up over the net. Back-to-back points for the Indians. They now trail by 4.
Again, you got to stay in the present, 1 point at a time if you're trying to put it away or trying to catch up.
Kessler to the outside. Addie Claxton, a nice dig from McGraw. Near side, it's Weiss on the attack. Now Claxton far side, floats it over the tape inside. Williams swinging away, but wide to the left line. It's 11-6, a 5-point lead for the Jeeps.
Yeah, right idea, just set the angle way too wide. Ran out of real estate to be able to do what she was trying to do.
Queen goes to the back row. It's Crispin with the right hand, dug up by Claxton. Now Kessler goes to Hamilton inside. Overpass sent back to the Indians. Now in the second overpass, it's Hamilton who sends it home.
Hamilton coming alive here a little bit in the 5th set. Now South Webster 3 points away.
12-6, South Webster doubling up Valley here in the 5th. Queen comes to Weiss near side. A roll shot dug up by Kessler. Now on the outside, Addie Claxton, a dig from McGraw. Queen to Williams out of the middle. 2 hands, pushes it over. Claxton the dig near side, it's Mays. Thompson comes to Weiss. On the attack, she gets the kill.
Give Weiss a lot of credit there on that swing. Not afraid of the moment. Gives her team another chance to push here late. Still just a 5-point difference.
Kessler keeps it near side. A free ball from Addie Claxton. Now Queen goes to Maya. Williams inside. She gets the kill.
Much better angle. Remember I talked earlier about how they didn't get that angle set. That time they were able to push that set out in front of her a little bit more. Much more comfortable on the swing.
Addie Claxton changes up the tempo and sneaks it in.
So good. Just such good vision. Great understanding of the game. Kid that's just been involved in so much winning, not a bit afraid of the moment. In fact, she almost, I think she's having more fun right now than she has all night.
5-point lead, it's 13-8 South Webster. Queen setting it up, Williams inside, she's blocked. Back over to the Indians, Weiss setting it up near side, but nobody's home. Match point here in the regional semifinal coming up for the Jeeps.
Yeah, the hitters just got stuck there, just kind of deer in the headlight.
Claxton changes up the pace, and the ace falls in. A 15-8 final here in set 5.
Kind of a fitting way to end it when you think of Addie Claxton there with a little bit of a clever shot at the net, then goes back to the service line and takes it over from there, ends it with an ace. What an outstanding match. 2 SOC rivals. This Valley team certainly not going to be the last time we see them at this stage in the years to come. I know it's been a while now, but man, it's not going to be that long again.
Valley, very similar situation to Galley Academy. You fall up, obviously, for Valley's case, you are district champions. You fall in district semis, but you're not graduating anybody. The entire team coming back next season.
Yeah, I like that comparison, what you're saying there with the Galleon. We watched them a year ago. Tonight I look down at the roster for Valley. I see Emily Roberts, a senior there. And other than that, you return the entire roster. So to Emily, congrats on a great season. Your senior year, you kind of get a chance to be a senior leader and see your team do this. But yeah, this Valley Indians group is going to become really, really well known with this stage. And speaking of well known with this stage, South Webster starting to get pretty familiar with this Sweet 16 Elite 8 thing.
The Jeeps moving on to this Saturday's regional final as they await their opponent. Again, we mentioned Newark Catholic was leading Shenandoah 2-0 after the first couple of frames up in Zanesville. Stick around, the post-game show stats and final thoughts of tonight's regional semifinal when we return to Wellston. You're watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
We welcome you back to Wellston High School. South Webster moving on to the regional final with a 5-set win. What a match as the Jeeps win the rubber match. Moving on after defeating the Valley Indians, it looks like they're going to be facing off with Newark Catholic. Again, we mentioned Newark Catholic led Shenandoah 2-0 going into set 3 up in Zanesville. Hopefully we can get that final during our post-game show here on tonight's broadcast. But either way, South Webster, what a match tonight, and they're going to have a tough opponent either way this Saturday.
Yeah, no question. I mean, obviously when you get to this level, that's a given that you're going to play an elite opponent. Newark Catholic will certainly be that if that's who it ends up being. But for tonight, I'm sure South Webster would like to take a second to enjoy this one. You know, you come in and you go up against an SOC rival, a team that just knocked you off in straight sets, probably about 3 weeks ago, and man, I thought tonight was just awesome competition, back and forth, and finally there in that fifth set, South Webster was able to get a little bit of space. They had a couple kids come on for them, and they were able to finish it off 15-8.
South Webster moving on to 16-9 on the year. Valley season comes to an end at 18-6. But as we mentioned, 5 of their 6 losses are against teams that won a district title. So when you start to compare that to other losses around the conference, it certainly goes to show how strong the schedule was this season for the Indians.
Well, we highlighted, obviously, Wheelersburg, the champion in that conference, and we're going to see them tomorrow night. They ended up spacing out in that conference by, 4 matches clear of everyone else. Waverly had the best year they've had in quite some time. Valley, the best year they've had in quite some time. And then, there's South Webster, who, they lost some matches throughout the year, and they lost a couple heartbreakers in 5. But you come out the other side of that battle test, and because their program had accomplished what it has, I think they were able to absorb that. And I think all of them were able to kind of see big picture throughout the entire process. When I say big picture, we're talking about this moment right here tonight. Your ability to play at the regional stage and give yourself a chance to play an elite program on Saturday for a ticket to the Final Four.
And for South Webster, they're going to move on to the regional final. They only have one regional championship in program history. That was 2021. Who did they beat? It was Newark Catholic, so potentially a rematch there in the regional final between Newark Catholic and South Webster if Newark Catholic is able to close things out up in Zanesville against Shenandoah.
Yeah, and man, that's going to be a lot of fun Saturday, too. I know that we can only be one place at a time, but that's certainly going to be a lot of fun. If I look down the stats here, Dewey, Avery Claxton unofficially with 20 kills on the night. Addie Claxton, 11 kills, and then just so good on the service line and defensively as always. Kennedy Hamilton came on with a couple kills there in that 5th set. She had 8. Chloe Milligan in that opposite middle spot of her had 7, and then Carly Mays giving them some opposite side attack just to keep the defense honest, had 6. So by the time you add all those up, Sydney Kessler, who is going to be up over 1,700 career assists now, is probably going to be in the upper 40s, 50. I don't have that number in front of me, just based on the kills there. Then on the other side, Dewey, the thing that jumps out at me, Kendall Crispin had 22 kills tonight, but unless I missed one, I didn't have 1-4 in that final set. So that was obviously a big factor. Vice with 5, Hunter with 5, Maya Williams 8, and then Ella Thompson from that opposite side 7. Obviously, just like Kessler, Queen in a 5-set match with that many kills is going to add up quite a total on the assist. And then, man, I thought Laylee McGraw was really good tonight at that libero spot. I wanted to highlight her one more time. From middle of the year to now, she's one of the more improved players I've seen. She's going to be a really good one to watch here in years to come.
We obviously talked a lot throughout the broadcast about all the talent Valley is bringing back next season, but how about some of the junior and underclassmen talent for South Webster? You talk about Chloe Milligan, you talk about Avery Claxton, Emma Campbell did a great job serving and setting. Just a lot of underclassmen and even junior talent on both sides of the net for both programs.
Yeah, that's well said. They've used some young kids in the back row there with Campbell, and then Violet Edwards got in to serve some tonight. But you're right. You look in the middle, and they're going to return Hamilton and Milligan next year, and then obviously Avery Claxton is just going to be big time from this point forward as you go. So yeah, I mean, just like all the elite programs do, it's not ever a rebuild stage. It's just hey, who's next? Reload it and let's go.
And again, just previewing the rest of the week, obviously D6 Regional Semifinal tonight. A couple of D5 Regional Semis at the Jim Myers Gymnasium in Logan tomorrow night. Wheelersburg will have the opportunity to join Valley as another SOC3 team in a regional final. We also have Adina and I believe Union local is game 1, and then you'll have Wheelersburg and New Lexington in the nightcap tomorrow night. And then yourself and Carson Francis, you'll be over in Lucasville Friday night. They host St. Trace Week 11, round 1 of the playoffs. And then we'll round out our week, potentially our last volleyball match of the season, with that D5 regional final back at Logan on Saturday.
Well, and we're excited to see how many volleyball teams from our area can can punch a ticket there to Wright State. Certainly going to have some Southeast flavor in the regional championship, and we'll see what that all equals come Saturday night to see if we have anybody still standing.
All righty, well, that'll wrap things up for our coverage of Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball here tonight. South Webster taking down Valley in 5, moving on to this Saturday's regional final, where they will play the winner of Newark Catholic and Shenandoah. That match still underway up in Zanesville. But for tonight, that'll conclude our coverage. For Shane Combs, I'm Dewey Daly saying so long from Wellston High School. You've been watching Ohio High School Regional Tournament Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.